Hello viewers, this time I'm going to show you how to upgrade our Ford Focus Mk3, which is the model year from 2012 up until now, or this kind of tail light, from the original Incandescent Bulb to new technology with LED. Here are the LED bulbs we need for this project. They are all made by Philips, which is I highly recommend because in the quality of the bulbs as well as the light pattern these bulbs generate. They make a very similar light pattern compared to the incandescent bulbs, which is a very good thing for our tail light. And the bulbs we need for the backup light or the reverse light is the model 921, which we only need one pack, which comes with two. So we have two backup bulbs, which is this one. So we only need one pack. And for the parking light and the brake light, each housing will have two bulbs. So we will need two packs of this kind of LED bulbs, which is the model 3157, because two bulbs for each housing. So we have two housings in our car, so you will need two packs. The last part is the warning canceller. This thing basically is just a giant resistor, which is in this case we are going to use the 21 watt model, also made by Philips. The exact model number is 18957B2, or you just look for the warning canceller made by Philips with a 21 watt model type. The reason we need to use the 21 watt is because, you know, it says so. 3157 bulb is fit, you know, for our car. But the actual reason is it creates enough resistance to trick the car computer. That's why it's called the warning canceller. Our car actually has a brake light detector, which actually detects the light bulb if it burns out, which creates an open circuit. So the computer will throw a warning sign in our dashboard saying something wrong, or the brake light is not working. So you know something wrong with your light bulb. But when we replace the LED bulb instead of the regular incandescent, because the resistance from the LED usually is much lower compared to the incandescent. That's why when we replace just the LED back to the tail light, the computer thinks it's another open circuit, or the resistance is just too low, so it throws a warning. That's why we need to install an additional warning canceller in the same circuit, in the same light bulb circuit, so to trick the computer thinking the bulb is okay. So that's why we need to use a 21 watt version. For the parking light, we don't need the resistor to trick it, because the car computer doesn't really detect anything. It just, when you burn out, you don't even know. So you need to check regularly. And that's the other reason why we want to replace it with LED, which is much more reliable, as well as in this case for Philips, it provides a 12 years lifetime warranty. Yes, so it's cool. And for the canceller, again, it comes in a pair. So that means we only need one pack of this, because one canceller for just the light, just the brake light. So we just need one canceller for each housing. So let's get started. Okay, here are the actual LED light bulbs for each tail light housing for our Ford Focus. And this is the 921, the reverse backup light. These are the two 3157 LED bulbs, and this is the canceller, which is again just a giant resistor. this is like a heat sink, so you dissipate the heat, to help dissipate the heat, you know, when the circuit is loaded. For the LED bulb, compared to the regular incandescent, the current can flow from either way. However, in the LED, the current will only flow one direction. So that's why LED, you will always see a plus and a minus. You don't see a minus here, but when you locate a plus, that means you need to plug this side to the live wire side and the negative side to the ground wire side. They all have plus and minus. And I believe for the 3157 socket, the plus sides are always on the same side. But we'll talk about this later. And for the 921, it also has a plus and minus. You need to look for it. It doesn't mark it on the terminal side, but instead it's on the little circuit board. You see the GND is called ground, and you see a plus on that side. So that means this side, my left hand side, is a plus, you know, in this case, and the ground side is on the right hand side. So when you plug it into the socket, you need to look for the plus and minus, which I'm going to show you. So let's get started with the easiest one first, which is the parking light and the backup light. There's nothing really, there's no additional work we need to work with it. We just need to take out the old bulbs, and then we will just directly plug and play with the LED bulbs in there. But let's work on the 921 first. So let's take it out by twisting it counterclockwise. And here, this is the original 921 light bulb. So we just need to take it out. Here, you can see more clearly. The white wire is on this side. The black wire, the ground wire, is on this side. So it's clearly indicate that this side is the plus, this side is the minus. By looking at that, you just need to follow the same color, no, not color, the plus and minus from your bulb. In this case, the ground is on my right hand side, the plus is on my left hand side. And put it right in. These are direct replacement, so you just need to plug it in. Remember to look for where's the minus, where's the ground. Ground is always go to the black wires. The plus is always go to the colored wire. In this case, it's white. And that is it. And just plug it right back in, and then close it with the pan in the clockwise fashion to lock it. And so we done one. Now the parking light. Here I want to show you how these sockets are wired for the 3157. Here, as you can see, the typical 3157 socket, how it is, how the sockets are designed. The ground is always connected on one side. So how to tell where is the ground? Yeah, you can tell by the wire, but you don't need to. You just need to look inside the socket. When you see both sides are connected, in this case like this, it's always the ground side, the negative one, the black side one, the black wire one. And then the one they are not connected is always the plus side. So you just need to look for the connected metal here, or like this. It's always as connected, the two type of it, but you know they're under the same principle. Ground is always on one side, which you see two metal part are connected, and plus is always separated. So when you plug the bulb, the LED bulb in, you follow the plus on this side, and the ground, the negative, is on that side. So again, look for the connected one. So let's take a look how our socket looks like. I'm working on the parking light one, which doesn't need a canceller. So this is the original 3157 incandescent bulb. So let's take it out and take a look. Okay, I hope you can see more clearly this way. This is our Ford Focus 3157 socket looks like. And as you see, it clearly indicated the right side are connected. So that means the right side in this case is the ground side, the negative side. I hope you can see that. The left hand side is plus because as you see they're not connected, so they're the plus side. So when you plug in your 3157 LED bulbs in there, always plug the negative side to the connected terminal side. Again, you can always look at it very clearly. The right hand side is connected, so it's the negative side. So in this case, my plus side is left, my negative side is right. So there's a direct plug in again for 3157. And as usual, find the socket, the plug back into the socket, and twist clockwise to lock it. Done. Finally, we are going to work on the tail light, the brake light part. And in this case, changing the light bulb is just as usual, like those two we have replaced it before, by turning clockwise to unlock the socket, take out the bulb, the original 3157 bulb, and look inside the socket. Here, this is something a little bit different, which is fine because as you can see, the ground wire is always connected. So in this case, you see on the top side here is the ground wire because they're connected. On the plus side, there's only one terminal, in this case in here. The reason for this particular socket, the brake light socket, we only have one terminal is because when you apply the brake light, the current will only flow to the high side of the bulb. For the model, if you look at the original 3157 light bulb, you see there are two tungsten wire in here. One is for the parking, the lower light. The other is for the brake light. Because for our Ford Focus, the upper one is always for the brake light only. That's why for this socket, they only need one terminal. In this case, to show it from here, for the high side only. So that means when you apply power to this socket, only the brake circuit, in this case using the original bulb, will be light up, but not the parking lights, because the parking light is not really in use here. And again, that's the reason, and that's a much easier for us to tell this is the plus side and this is the negative side, the ground side. So we just need to look at our new LED bulb. The plus side, I hope you can see that, but too much reflection, but yeah, this side is a plus and this side is a minus. So when I changing the bulb, I just need to plus the negative side, follow the plus and negative. And pull it back into the housing. lock it in a clockwise motion. In this case, I really want to show you how easy to do the clipping provided by the canceller from Philips. Well, they definitely make our job much easier by providing such a easy clipping. So again, coming out from the socket, look for the color wire. In this case is a pink color from my brake light socket, but always look for the color one, is the plus. The black wire is always the ground one, also coming out from the socket. The whole tail light housing actually share the common ground. So you will see the ground wire actually go to the other bulb and then coming out and then go to the other one and eventually go back to the main harness here. So you want to find just these two wires. And for the canceller, there's no specific direction. I mean, no plus or minus here. You can clip either side of it as long as one plus and one minus, and that would be all. So in this case, so let me clip on the positive wire first. So find an empty space, put the wire in position, and then apply, just press on the clip until you hear the lock sound. Done. Again, if you see a little bit more closely, you will see there's a locking tab here. So when you close the clip, you need to press hard to make the latch on the clip here, to make it sturdy. In this case, like this. Now let me finish the ground wire. Again, there's no specific orientation you want to put, as long as, you know, one plus and one minus, and you have ample space to position these two clips, and that will be all. See, position the wire and then follow in a straight line. You can see that, and then apply the clipping and press hard. I find it using both fingers, press hard on it will be much easier. Done. When you hear a click sound, that means it's done. I hope you can see that. Yes. So that's all there's to it to apply the canceller. One last thing to finish this whole project is to doing some little housekeeping to tidy up this canceller, to tie some place. You don't want to just let it dangle inside the housing or behind the tail light, because it will create some rattle sound, and you know, which doesn't look professional. And in this case, this is the brake light socket, so this is the top of the tail light housing. I find that the space, this is the screw stud which connect it back to the car body to secure the tail lamp. I find that the space between here, there's a gap here, which you can nicely position the canceller inside here. You can find some other place, but I find this is the ideal place to stick the canceller here, because it also provides some ample airflow. This is the top of the tail light housing. You have enough space, as well as you got some ample space to let the air flow through to cool these things down. This thing, when you use it or when you apply the brake pretty long, you will get warm. I wouldn't say you will turn red hot because this is only 21 watt, so it will get hot as hot as a similar to the light bulb, I would say, but you want it to have some air to cool it. So even though you have a lot of space here, you don't want to put it inside the mass of wire here. So that's why I find that the housing here, the space here, will be the ideal place to secure the canceller. The canceller itself actually comes with some heat resistance or reflection tape. It comes with it. So in this case, I apply such reflecting a tape, in here to kind of protect the housing. Well, like I said, it won't generate too much heat, but whatever help you can put in to reflect the heat, keep things cool, is all the better. So if you plan to using the double-side tape like I do here to position the resistor or the canceller in this space, then I would highly recommend to use the 3M outdoor double-side tape, which is the black side, the black type, not the white type, because they call it an outdoor double-side tape, which is a more weather resistance, because it's going to get wet as well as heat, cold, something going through here. So you want something tough as a double-side tape. So when you stick it, you can position it nicely into the space here. There's like an angle space, but what you need to do is you just need to stick it with the maximum surface you can stick on and position it. Give it some good press, but not too hard because you don't want to crack the plastic, which is a top plastic, but you never know. And then tidy up the wires. You can use a zip tie the canceller provided, or you just wrap it inside into the whole harness area like this. Make everything tidy up. Again, this is the ideal place I would place the canceller or the resistor here, because you got enough airflow as well as space to dissipate the heat. And then we're going to put it back to the car and test it out. So thanks for watching.